Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Courtesy of the Battlefield 6 multiplayer reveal event, we actually gained a lot of information on the new and updated class system and weapon system here when it comes to your created class, selecting your loadout, going through and actually customizing your weapons, and what you can expect as you go into that this year. Of course, we'll get hands-on with this when we get to the beta here in just a few days' time, but today I did want to detail all the known information on the weapon customization and general class system that we've got here for Battlefield 6. So most of this information is courtesy of Charlie Intel, who was out at the multiplayer reveal covering this stuff. They've gone through and actually just posted some raw footage and some details of the general class and weapon system here. So initially, Charles Intelligence reports saying each weapon in Battlefield 6 can be customized with attachments through attachment points. You have 100 total points to use when you customize each weapon through various attachments. So as we go through and you look at this video here, you'll notice every attachment has a price selected on it. Now, 100 points could also just be the equivalent of 10 points. It's just different values there, really. You can also see, though, down in the bottom right, you have the advanced stats of each of these as well. So you see the damage of a weapon, the rate of fire, the magazine capacity, then where it stands on the general graph with the bars, hip fire accuracy, its overall precision and control, its mobility. There's also a prompt to use the C button, or I think it's right stick on controller from some of the other footage I've seen, that should allow, I believe, for advanced stats similar to how we have in Call of Duty as well. But you can see if we play this video as we go through and we look at the weapons here, you have your actual gunsmith, if you will. So just behind the face cam, if I briefly move this up in the top left, you can see on this build here, there's 40 out of 100 attachment points being used. So in theory, you can load this up with a lot of different cheap attachments or some really strong, expensive attachments, depending on what you're trying to get out of your gun. If you want insane control, you can opt for the best control attachments, but it might be a 30-point attachment or a 40-point attachment, so you wouldn't be able to use an optic and then maybe a stock or something else, a different compensator or something, depending on the controller. But you can see as we go through, and Charlie Intel actually shows off some of the attachments that they have unlocked here. When you go into the different categories, you've got lasers, for instance. A 5 milliwatt red laser is going to cost you 10 attachment points, whereas the 50 milliwatt green would cost you 20. So it's going to depend on how valuable any attachment is in any specific category. Like an optic is 15 points here. So you might end up with a situation where there's not an attachment that is 5 points in cost, but you're at 95 out of 100. So you're not going to fully utilize all 100, but you'll have most of it, filled out, depending on if you're trying to stack as many attachments, if you're trying to load up in one category in specific. This is a really unique system, though, and a really cool system for Battlefield here to go through and really customize things. Obviously, he's going to have comparisons to like a pick 10 system or a pick whatever system specifically for your gun with the attachment points here, but a pretty cool way to go through and allow you to really customize in various different ways. Loading up on cheap stuff, going all in on expensive stuff really allows you to mess around with a bunch of different style builds here. So this is a system that I'm really excited to get hands on with the beta. Obviously, we're going to have limited weapons that we'll be talking about here in just a moment, but it does give us a cool rundown initially. And speaking of beta weapons, Charlie Intel also went through in this video saying here is all the weapons available in the Battlefield 6 beta based on the build that they were playing. So what we can expect when we get our hands on the full actual arsenal here as we do go through this and all the remaining weapon and class systems here. If you guys enjoy the video, you find the information helpful, a like rating is always seriously appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, you want to ensure that each and every day you're up to date with all things going on. Obviously, a lot of Battlefield coverage upcoming here. We've got season 5 of BO6 and Warzone inbound as well. Feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications, help get us one step closer to hitting 1 million subs. Real quick, just seriously, I do appreciate all the love, all the support on all the Battlefield content so far. Obviously, extending out from COD in a larger way for the first time in some time here on the channel. So really do appreciate all the love here. But as far as weapons go, obviously, bunch of different categories here. We can actually see everything fully available, though, based on the current build of the game. So with assault rifles here, we've got the NVO. It's hard to see the full text there. 228E. We've got the B36A4, then also the M433 available within the rifle category itself. For the carbines here, we've got the AK205, then also the M417A2 available there, then the M4A1, which Charlie currently had equipped there. For the SMGs, we got the SGX, then also the PW7A2 available there. Obviously, keep in mind as we're going through this whole list, this is super limited compared to the full game. The beta is not going to have every single weapon, every single attachment available. It's just going to be, the select chosen few. For the LMGs, the L110, then also the KTS 100 MK8 available there if you're looking to spray and pray a little bit slower. For DMRs, we got the M39 EMR, then also the SVK 8.6. For snipers, only one listed here, and that is the M2010 ESR. And then for shotguns here, we got the M87A1, and then I believe we also have the pistols on here as well. Yeah, with the secondary here, there's just the P18 pistol on that. You also have different gadgets that you can equip to things. Of course, your equipment, your basic things there as a part of your class setup. Pretty standard loadout system, but as far as the availability of what weapons are going to be there, that's what we've got here. And of course, going through the basic grenades, tacticals, lethals, things of that nature, your melee and everything there too. So some standard stuff, but we also do get a nice little preview as to what to expect for the arsenal coming up here in the beta. I'm curious to see if throughout the beta, though, we also see maybe some expansions, like they add in a new rifle or a new sniper in weekend 2, so we have a little bit extra to mess around with. Hey everyone, real quick, wanted to give a shout out to my friends over at G Fuel. We are, of course, in the midst of summer. It's hot outside. You want to stay hydrated? Look no further than G Fuel. They got plenty of flavor options for their new hydration and focus formula. And of course, if you're looking to stay energized, there's a ton of options there as well between the tubs and the cans. And G Fuel is constantly adding in new flavors. Trust me when I say there is something for everyone. There are so many bangers. Some of my absolute favorites: watermelon limeade, hype sauce, fruit punch, all fantastic. You can mix and match flavors as well. They got so many choices. If you ever want to grab anything at all from the new and improved G Fuel site, use code IMMORTAL at checkout. The link for that will be down in the description below if you're interested. And then another thing that Charlie Intel reports on here, they say Battlefield 6 features the classic class system, which we've already learned about, of course, with assault, engineer, recon, etc. In the beta, there are going to be two different playlists. One that is like the hard locked class system, where if you're using a sniper, you're going to be in recon. If you're using a rifle, you're going to be here. If you're using an LMG, you're going to be there, right? So it's not going to be fully open. But there is also going to be the open playlist too, where you could use assault and a sniper rifle or a shotgun with whatever you want to, right? It's going to be interesting to see which of those playlists I think ends up being more popular. I really hope they share that information so we have that insight. But there is going to be that classic class system, and there are two different factions featured here. There's Pax Armada, and then also NATO, which obviously the narrative sort of built out there with Pax Armada attacking and doing the various different strikes there. But you can see the different factions and everything going on between all the different actual classes, with assault, engineer, support, and then recon there. And some of the skins that have been previewed there, some of the default ones that have been actually shown within the beta build that they were playing at the reveal event. So we get some nice little insight, and that of course breaks down all the skins that are available in just a general hub, if you will, where they're all grouped together. But some nice insight into some of the things to expect with the current build of the class system. Obviously, we'll have this available to us in the beta, and then it'll probably be refined, tuned, maybe expanded upon a little bit as they lead up to launch as well. Depending on beta feedback, they might adjust some HUD stuff, adjust attachment point values for things going on there. But our very first detailed look at the class and weapon system here in Battlefield 6. That being said, that is going to wrap things up for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like on it. And if you're new here, feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.